What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on Labor Day here in the United States. So shout out to everybody enjoying the long weekends here. And welcome inside this live stream. We're going to take a look at, first, Luna Classic. It is back on the run again here this morning, waking up, seeing it back in the threes. So, of course, we're going to break that down here first and foremost. And then we'll dive into some other things happening in the crypto sphere. So good morning to everybody out there. On your way in, make sure you hit the like button. Really helps us out. Samuel Kim, what's happening, man? Good morning to you. Like the smash button. Samuel knows what's up. What's up, Samuel? How we doing, man? But yeah, look at this, guys. Terra Classic is climbing back up here this morning, all the way up to the 3187 range right now, up 29%. So this is absolutely insane here. And, we're talking about this consolidation phase right here and how this was good for the price action, right? So yesterday I made a couple videos, one saying, hey, I know we've dialed back to the 2-4 here, but this is actually a good thing. This is healthy consolidation. Maybe we're getting ready for the next leg up. Well, that's exactly what we're experiencing here today, right? This sideways action is always good, right? Because we set these meteoric highs out of nowhere, right? Everything was going up and up and up and up. When we start coming back down, the real question is, where do you start to trade sideways? And when we saw this starting to happen in the 2.5, 2.4 range, this was a good sign to me, right? We didn't reach this 3.3 level and then just crater all the way back down into the 16s or 17s, right? Because that can happen as well. Instead, we plateaued once at the 2.8 range, really didn't have a lot of sideways action though, right? There wasn't enough time here to really say, hey, we found our floor here. We're trading sideways. And then we dropped again. And then as things progressed over the past, several days here, past 3-4 days, I said, this is really good for the overall chart here because we're experiencing some nice consolidation patterns here right in this 2.5, 2.4 range. And now we have the next big leg up and, just another explosion here. Market cap is just under 2 billion right now. It's up 22% right there. The overall crypto is up 30%. I'm going to pull it up on TradingView too. That gives us a better understanding of kind of where things are here so we can, track it here on the minute chart. We'll look at it via Binance. Guys, welcome in. Make sure you smash the like button here on your way inside. This is the one-day outlook here that we're reviewing. We're going to zoom in a little bit and just go to the 1 minute. And we're actually consolidating a little bit here in the 1 minute as well. We topped off at the 3.4 level. So we actually set new all-time highs here this morning. Now we're trading sideways here at the 3.2, up 30%, listed as a strong buy from all the technicals. It's well over all the moving averages. Momentum shows a buy. The MACD levels show a buy. So things are looking very interesting right now for Luna Classic. Amid this market where we're at, Luna Classic just has not cared. It has just continued to move forward. Rasmus says, let's go. What's up? I'm watching LUNC and very tempted to FOMO in, but I'm holding back for now. Well, I mean, here was the spot down in the 2.4s. Remember we were talking about it. This consolidation down in here, this was the spot after the big pop right in here. We're trading sideways. Now you know next time you're looking at this, Samuel, these are the spots you want to get in when you see sideways action. Okay? You don't want to either, catch a falling knife and or get it on the way up. You try to get it during that consolidation pattern. At least that's what I try to do. Then, hopefully you break to the upside and not the downside. But we knew where Terra Classic could go on the high end because we just saw the 3.3 level, right? Then you start consolidating here and say, okay, well, here down in here, the 2.3s, the 2.4s, this might be a good entry point. It's crazy what's going on with Luna Classic. Yeah, no doubt, Eddie. It's been nuts. It's been absolutely crazy. And congratulations to everybody out there enjoying these gains. Just make sure that you look at where you're at individually because everybody gets in and gets out at different times. They've got, different reasons for getting in. Some are swing trading. Some are trying to make a quick profit and take it and pull it and put it somewhere else. Make sure you have a profit-taking plan. It's very important. Rasmus says, fly, baby. Yeah, this thing is, it has been going strong right now. It's pulling back a little bit here at the 3.2. So we're getting a little bit of a sell-off here in the 1 minute. We'll continue to watch it. Shiba Luna Classic. I have awesome long-term play. Yes, please cover. Saitama has so much utility and potential respectively. What's up, Roger? How we doing, man? It's been a while. I remember you from 2021 in our live streams. So what's happening, brother? It's going down because everyone's watching it. Yeah, maybe. But no matter what, this is great to see. Elfie, we're seeing some great gains today, breaking out of that 2-4 consolidation range and heading back up. Yesterday, we addressed it on the channel. I made a couple videos about LUNC Classic and the fact that it was good, right? The fact that it was a solid thing, that we're seeing some consolidation here. And this was that video right here, good at the 00024 level. This is good. And that's what I was getting at in this video. Hey, I know the price is dialed back, but this is actually a positive thing here, right? This is a positive. So the other thing we want to, kind of talk about, we're going to talk about the burns, but we also got to talk about the stable coin here, USTC. It's up 14%. So it's climbing as well on the heels of LUNC Classic climbing. It got as high here in the 7-day. Let's see here. Got all the way up to 4 cents. So they're trying to obviously, repeg this. Will it actually happen? I'm not quite sure. The big question I have is, if this is an algorithmic stable coin again, what's stopping it from happening again, right? Or if it's different, how is it different and why is it not going to happen again, right? That's a big question I have right now. And I think in order for it to be a long-term investment, for me, you have to look at it a few different ways. You've got to say, hey, what are going to be the use cases in the future? Okay. Will the burns actually take place? They're rumored to take place, and I think they will, right? The community has already burnt a ton. But I mean, from a short-term perspective, this is the swing trade right now. There's no bigger swing trade right now. But in order for us to kind of break away from that and become a long-term investment for people, I think a few things need to happen like that. Just jumping in after seeing it pump. Why is it pumping? Shadow, this is completely community driven, man. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you're new to what's going on with LUNC Classic, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I want to keep you here all the time, getting the latest and greatest news and information, not only from LUNC Classic, but all things crypto. Would definitely like for you to hang out with us and continue to be a part of our community. I remember getting into Luna when it was at the 405 mark. Yeah. Well, the other thing is, if you got into Luna, let me go back here to Luna, back on May 13th. Think about this, back on May 13th. So we got to go out a little bit longer than a year, or a little bit longer than 3 months here. Oh, so this is where you got in right here, Eddie, is down in here, right? 405. If I can go out a little bit more, and let me zoom in here a little bit. This was, what is that? 404. It was actually lower than that. Let me zoom in a little bit more even. It doesn't even show it on this chart. It might show it on this one here. Hold on, let me pull back into, I want to go back into May. I've got to go back into May here. Actually, this is the 1 minute. Let me get to the 1 day. That'll make it a little easier, right? And this only starts on May 30th. I mean, June, it got down in here. I mean, to the 404. It doesn't even show it on this chart, but back on May 13th, it had, I believe, 6 zeros. So if you would have got in on its low point on May 13th and rode this thing to about where it is right now, this is the daily charts, by the way. Look at that consolidation. That's what we were talking about. We saw this consolidation happen in August and then the big leg up. As soon as we saw this pattern starting to form yesterday, I said, hey, this is good. This is a good thing. But anyway, if you'd have got in back on May 13th at its low point and pretty much rode it to where it is right now, 24,000% gains. 24,000% gains. Absolutely crazy, right? Here's back to the 1 minute here, guys. We'll keep it on this look here so we can kind of see. We're trading sideways a little bit here in the last 20 minutes or so. So 1 hour oversold. Nice, Crypto Night. Appreciate that. Welcome in, everybody. It's going to make us some money. What's up, Mr. Junior? How you doing, man? I want to get in. Where do you think it will pull back to? Well, my guess is when it does pull back, probably back down into the 2-4 range. Okay, we saw it right here in the 7-day. This was our consolidation point. So this is kind of our entries right now. I mean, once we see some consolidation, 2-3, 2-4, even the 2-2, it dipped down in here. That's been the low here in the last 7 days, before the pump, before the price pump, okay, in late August. But I would think back in this shelf is where it'll pull back to eventually. But the big question is, can we continue to break through this 3-4? Now we did, and now we're pulling back a little bit. It looks like it's just kind of testing that previous all-time high here that we set on the 1st, which is great. If it does just test it and bounce back down, and we start trading back in the sideways action into the 2.4, 2.5 range, there you go. That should be a good point for you there. Look at the volume, guys. Look at the volume. $865 million of volume in the last 24 hours, up 83%. We've got a market cap just shy of $2 billion here. $2 billion. Good morning to everybody out there. I wonder if anyone started LUNC Classic before it crashed, if anyone shorted it. That's a good question, Nate. I doubt it. I mean, this was a top 10 crypto, right? So I doubt it. Jack, good morning to you. What's up? Send me a link, boss. This is incredible. The crypto shop wants to jump in. Yeah, let's do it. I got you. I'll send you one via Twitter, man. All right? Hobbs is going to come in and join us here. Let's see. Let me send this over to Hobbs. Hobbs in the building. Here we go. Boom, boom. There we go, dude. Just sent you a link. Let me send one to Austin as well. Now, I don't know if he's up for it, but we'll see. There we go. All right, send a couple links out. We can have some people join us here. So yeah, this is just absolutely incredible to watch, guys. Completely community driven, absolutely loving it. Shib showed what community could do. I agree, man. I agree. Shiba Inu was completely community driven. Of course, if you're new to my channel here and you're just popping in, I cover Shiba Inu every single day. And right now, Terra Classic every single day too, because you're right, Huey. I'm starting to see exactly the same things we saw with the Shiba Inu community. They're not going away. They're only getting stronger. They're only getting more active, and they want to see this thing succeed, right? And that's a great starting point to create a great community-driven project, 100%. Good morning. What a great morning. We are blessed to be here and know about this opportunity. What's up, Robert? How we doing, man? Yeah, so we started talking about Terra Classic. Well, I talked about it when everything kind of went down, right, with Quan and company. I did talk about it back then just from a standpoint of, oh my gosh, what the heck's going on here? Then I kind of stopped talking about it. I kind of just, let it kind of be and I sit back and just sat back and just kind of watch things play out. And, the kind of luster that it garnered there for a little bit, it kind of died down. But then recently, I would say within the last week, I remember seeing it back to the 1.6 level. And, I started seeing the community building this thing back up. And I said, I'll start covering it again. And it broke through that 1.6. We had some resistance there for a while. Once it broke through there, I actually bought a little bit at the 1.9. I bought a little bit at the 1.9 level. And because, I saw it kind of break through that ceiling a little bit and said, wow, this community might be able to propel this thing further. And lo and behold, just a couple days later, we had doubled the price of that and we're into the 3s. So back there this morning, which is pretty crazy. So morning, Larry. How we doing? Oh, we got Crypto Shop in the house. Let's bring him in here. What's up, D-Hop?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning to you. I know you've been covering LUNC Classic a lot too, man. What's your take with this, man? It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and it was about 7 o'clock. I wasn't planning on getting up. I looked up at the chart and I saw yesterday that, on the 4-hour, we were forming a bull flag pattern. And, I drew a couple lines over here. Here, I'll share my screen real quick.
Yep.
Here you go. So I drew this line yesterday and I didn't put it in my video because I was like, you know what, we'll see what happens, right? So I drew this bull flag line, and this support line right here I had drawn, back when I was charting Terra Luna on my channel. And we broke through this level of support, pushed all the way up to about the 3.30 range, and then got knocked right back down, which is a good sign, right? You don't want to see a complete pump. You want to see it get knocked back down into consolidation at that 2.4 range. Consolidated, and then as you can see, right when we got to the end of this wedge, the bull flag continued. So I wanted to see it make this next leg up, and it did, man. And it's been incredible to watch. I've been covering it on my channel. Me, I normally try to stay away from like speculative plays, but at the same time, when something has this strong of a community, I feel like, as YouTubers, we kind of have a responsibility to report on it, right? So um, I haven't started a position yet. People keep asking me on my comments and, on my channel and on my Twitter feed, have I started a position? Have I started a position? I'm like, no, not yet. I wanted to pull back, you know, and again, I'm not against anybody making money in Luna, but if I'm going to get in, I want to get in around this 1924 range. Maybe I
I'm
could have
glad
bought a
you
little
said that.
bit.
I got in at 1.9. I'm glad you
Yeah,
said that.
yeah. Like if I was gonna get in, I'd get in around the 1.9 range, or if it pulls back, if this pumps continues and we hit like the 4.0 range, I fully expect for it to come all the way back down, and maybe play around in this 27 range and potentially come back to 24.
Mhm.
And that's not a knock on anybody that's trading. My thing is, from a technical analysis standpoint, it's not smart to start a position up through this area. You want to wait for a nice pullback. It would have been good to get in around here. This would have been a good range. But like Zach said, if he got in at the 1.9 range, then you're sitting pretty good right now. What's that? Let me see. Hold on. If I can get this thing to click here. Yeah.
About a 70%, give or take.
75%, yeah.
75%.
75% jump from 1.9 to, you put in, $1,000, you're up, nice 750 gain, depending on how much you put in. It's definitely speculative, and I definitely encourage people to be careful and always take your profits. No matter what people tell you about hodl, it's
Mhm.
completely okay to, if you put $5,000, $10,000 in, you go up 75%, you take that money off the table, you know, and you leave the rest to ride. That way you're completely, mentally free from this particular play.
Mhm.
When it pulls back, because it inevitably will, when it pulls back, now you're in a position to even add more to your position. And that's how the whales do it, guys. Like, no matter what people tell you, whales are selling. They're
Yeah.
buying, but they're selling. The way that they make their money is they play the percentage game. They wait for opportunities like this when bull flags happen and consolidation hits. This is when they put the big money in.
Yeah.
Right here is where whales probably got in and started putting the big money in. Now they're going to wait for it to pump to a certain extent. They're going to pull some of that money off the table. So you got to play right along with the whales. Just be smart when you're playing plays like this, because yeah, this is a great pump and it has a lot of community involvement, but I don't even think the burns have started yet, right?
Yeah, the community has burned a little bit.
I know that lunatics have burned like 2 billion or something like that. But
Right, right. But the major burns, that includes like the 1.2%,
yeah,
that you get on both buys and sells, that hasn't kicked in yet. Binance has said they're going to support it.
yeah,
And once Binance says that, then you have all these other kind of smaller exchanges like Mexi Global. They're like, well, if Binance is doing it, shit, I'll do it too. We'll
well,
do it too,
if
right?
the big dog says they're going to support it, everybody's going to get in line.
Yeah.
So because they don't want to miss out on that, these exchanges make money off volume, right?
Yep.
That's how they're built. That's how they get their money. That's how they pull, they provide the liquidity and then they add a little bit of a tax percentage for the volume. Now Binance probably is not even making any money because I think they're adding like a 1.3% tax, and they're still going to get like 0.1%, but the rest is just going to burn.
Yeah.
So Binance is fully on board, and that is going to be incredible. I got a call last night from one of the guys on the BTFA team, Nemesis, and he was asking me like, "Hey man, been watching your videos, and I know you're pretty skeptical about plays like this. What do you think of Luna Classic?" And I said, "Listen, man. I said in the beginning, I was totally against it because it went against every rule I have, which is when the fundamentals change of a company, you got to move on, right?
Hmm.
But they added another fundamental, which was the community wanted to revive this particular project. And once the community got behind it, and you got these major exchanges, because I released a video and I said this kind of gives me Dogecoin vibes, right?
Mm.
Because if you look back to Dogecoin back in 2016, it was around the same price, like 4023 or something like that, and it had an incredible community. But the thing about Luna Classic that makes it different is not only does it have the community, but it immediately got the exchanges involved, right? It got that volume from the exchanges, then they added staking, and now they are adding an automatic burn. That is a recipe for some parabolic movement. So I would like to see this parabolic movement happen. maybe when all of the exchanges are implementing burn, because you don't want to say this movement is a waste, but you would rather see it once that 1.2% is in effect everywhere. That way, on this volume, you're getting that 1.2%.
I'm with you, man. And you made me think of a lot of things. From the standpoint of covering it, from our perspective, we're both YouTubers. I'll show you Crypto Shop's page. You just recently surpassed 3K, and
yeah, man,
awesome, man. Congratulations on that.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
Definitely. I'm going to show off the page too. If you guys don't subscribe yet to his channel and don't subscribe yet to this channel, make sure you do that today, because we're covering crypto every single day for you here on our respective channels. But yeah, with LUNC Classic, man, I mean, here's the way I look at it, Hobbs. For me, it's not a long-term investment yet for me. But from a swing trade perspective, especially in this type of market, there's no better trade right now.
Nope.
There's no better trade. And I think you have to be real with yourself. There are still some concerns, and I've been saying this in videos, and some people give me blowback, and that's okay. But I'm gonna keep it 100. I know you say that all the time as well, and you feel the same way.
Yeah,
I'll give you the good, but in terms of some of the drawbacks, there are still some red flags, right? I mean, let's just call it what it is. Quan, right?
Quan, yeah.
Quan is number one for me, and how much is he still involved? It's hard to know that, right? It's hard to know that. But hey, I mean, here's the other thing. If they can create more use cases, and they can, because Shiba Inu did it this way. Shiba Inu built, I like to say, they kind of reverse engineered how to build a crypto project. They did it kind of the opposite way. Instead of coming out with utility first, they built this unbelievable community that was decentralized, that had a say-so, that had the power, that was able to vote on things and make things happen. They built that first. And now look what they're doing this year in the bear market. They're rolling out their largest utilities. Shiba Eternity, Shibarium, the metaverse. Now they're making something out of nothing, essentially. So that could be done here. It's just we're at the infancy stages here, and we'll see what happens. But from a trading perspective right now, there's no better trade, right? I mean,
the thing is like with LUNC Classic, it is not just outperforming the market, it is an anomaly inside the market, right? The amount of volume, the amount of trading that's going into LUNC Classic is probably more than the majority of like the top 10 tokens right now.
It's insane.
And yeah, their volume is just like insane. I mean, yeah, it's probably reaching 1 billion this morning, and the day just got started. The volume's up like 91% or something like that. Yeah, it's incredible. So the idea that you can't make money here is crazy. But again, I do the same thing in my videos. Like, I'll put the thumbnail clickbait stuff, just to get you in. But when you get there, if you're expecting to hear me say rah, 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 I'm not the channel for you, right? But I'm also going to give you the bad, right? I'm going to tell you that, hey, at the end of the day, this is a failed project, right? This project failed, and now we got this. Right. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that there isn't potential here, because like you said, they could do Shiba Inu. They could turn around and build this incredible community, make a ton of people a lot of money, do a shit ton of burns. And then guess what? We're in the metaverse era. We're in the, the DAO era. Like, what's stopping LUNC Classic from entering in that realm when they've already built the number one utility, which is the community? Once you build that community, the possibilities are endless, especially in a market that's not performing well whatsoever. I mean, it doesn't matter if the S&P 500 is down 3%, up 4%. LUNC Classic is still gathering the volume, and that's what you want to see. So, yeah, man, it's been an incredible story, and I'm excited to cover it. And the channel's doing great thanks to the lunatics, right? Like, I put out my best video yet, got like almost 2,000 views from LUNC Classic, and I was like, okay, I think I got to cover this thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, all right, let's do this. So definitely happy to be covering it for you guys each and every day. So, but yeah, I haven't started a position, and like I said on my channel, as soon as I start a position, I will let you guys know. And I guarantee you, it's not going to be on this particular pump. That's not going to happen. That's not me.
Yep. So here's the Crypto Shops page, guys. If you don't subscribe to his channel, I just dropped a link in the chat as well. Definitely check him out. It's been a pleasure getting to know Hobbs. We've become pretty good friends in the space too. And so you definitely want to check him out. Him and Justin go live every single weekday, talking about the global markets and outside of crypto too. If you're interested in stocks, they cover that side of things as well. Just a great content creator, and I'm happy to see you really getting this thing going, man. Seriously, it's awesome.
Man, it's been a pleasure, man. I've learned a lot from you and Austin, and all the awesome content creators out there. And I'm just trying to stay in my lane and kind of do my part. I've obviously learned how to do the thumbnails. That's definitely changing the game a lot. But at the same time, like, being able to still provide that very, very different perspective. And it's important that all YouTubers don't say the same thing. Everybody needs to give their own perspective in regards to any subject. And Luna Classic's no different. So when you come to my channel, I'm probably going to do a lot of TA. I'm going to cover the news, but at the same time, I'm going to give you the macroeconomic view of everything, where we look at the S&P 500, we look at the Dow Jones and say, hey, look, this particular play is literally an anomaly. That being said, you should proceed with caution, right? Have a trading plan, have an entry, have an exit. Know what you're willing to gain, know what you're willing to lose. Don't turn around and say, rent's due this month, but I'm going to put it in Luna Classic, because that's when you add your emotions into the trade. And once your emotions are into the trade, you've already lost.
No doubt, bro.
So
facts. Definitely. Especially with something like this, guys. This is obviously, everything's risky, right? Every investment's risky, but this is really risky.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be real with yourself. I mean, this is super, super risky. And as long as you're okay with that, you're not putting in the money for the rent, you're not putting the money in for the groceries, the bills and what have you, then okay. But don't over leverage yourself, especially in this type of market. I mean, it's not like, there's no guarantees next week that you're going to get something, back. In a bull market, it's a little easier to do that. You could be even more risk adverse. But right now, I mean, listen, this is the trade, but just don't over leverage yourself. Aces has a question there. Hobbs, I'm going to throw it to you, bro. I don't like answering these ones.
What do you say? Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm
what are your thoughts
selling only 100 million sheep. I have given it to Luna Classic, but I'm afraid to do so because of Shiberian. What would you do if you were me?
This is kind of the questions we were kind of hitting at, right?
I get this a lot in my comments now. It's crazy. So here's what I'll say, Aces, and thank you so much for the $4.99 donation. Zach don't need it. You can come to my channel. But
wait a minute, real quick. How are you live streaming this right now? Are you
live? I'm not. I literally made a video and then I saw you were live. Yeah, it's premiering, so yeah.
God, okay, I didn't even.
Okay, it said, "How are you live streaming right now?"
I thought it said live for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute. No.
Okay.
No, so I mean, for me, it depends on the total amount of Shiba Inu that you have, right? So you have to think about, if I got 1 billion or 3 billion Shiba or something like that, some crazy number, like what's 100 million, right? Like 100 million to go do a speculative play. That to me is a very good decision, because for the simple fact that 100 million is not going to really hurt your Shiba position, and it's not money that you're actually taking out of your pocket, right? You're not adding anything. You're liquidating one asset to get into another asset. Now, that being said, you want to get into the riskier asset at the right price. So I would not peel 100 million off of Shiba Inu to put it in at Luna Classic at the all-time high or the current high, right? If I'm going to peel it back, I peel it back and sit it in USDC or USDT or whatever, hold it so it doesn't move up or down, and then wait for a pullback position into Luna Classic to then start a position in the Luna Classic. That way you increase your chances of actually making more profit, and then have a trading plan of when you plan to exit Luna Classic. So then you could then either continue holding, or you could go back and buy even more Shiba Inu if that's the asset you believe in, more. So that would be my thoughts.
I like that. Yeah, I'm very similar in that way. I think, I think you should always balance having a diversified portfolio, but also still having positions where you have a strong position that when it moves, I mean, you can make some gains. So I know that's kind of like a double, like a catch-22, right? So maybe it's, and I want to get your thoughts on this too, Hobbs. Maybe it's building out some really strong positions, some larger positions first, and that you really have high conviction in, and then from there you start diversifying. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you always have to make sure that you are, before you make the move, you have to make sure that you've made the plan, right? You can't make the move without making the plan. And that's where I think some people fail, is that they don't bother making the plan. They just make the move because they see something pumping. That's not the way to do it. You want to make the plan first and then make the move. Pivoting is always okay. And you know what I mean? Like, it's not, something that you can't do when you're talking about pivoting. But if you're going to be pivoting, make sure that you're pivoting for the right reasons and you have an entry and an exit plan. So those would be my thoughts on that.
100%. I want to address something too real quick as we're seeing Luna Classic here, guys, make some moves this morning. If you're just popping in, up 30%. We've been as high as the 3-4 level. Real quick, it's totally free. Takes like 0.23 seconds to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm here every single day. So is Hobbs down there. This is his channel as well. We're here every single day for you, trying to add value in every video we put out there. And so it means the world if you give back with a like on this video and a subscription to the channels. Would mean a lot. But a lot of people are saying, Terra Luna Classic to $1, Hobbs, and to $10 and to $100. So I came across something, and it was in one of my previous videos yesterday with Luna Classic, basically saying if all money in the entire crypto market, so what is that, just under 1 trillion, right? If all of that money was in Luna Classic would be worth what? What's your guess?
Still not $1. It'd be worth it'd be worth like less than 25 cents. Yeah. I mean, because if Luna Classic went to $1, you're talking about 6 times the crypto market as it stands. Luna Classic has a total circulating or total supply of about 6.9 trillion. So if Luna Classic goes to $1, that means the market cap has to be 6.9 trillion. That ain't gonna happen, right? But
not anytime soon.
But that's why I said in one of my videos, Road to 1 cent, was the objective has to be to burn a third of the supply. A third of the supply, you're looking at about 2.5, 2.8 trillion, somewhere around there. I did the math before I made the video. And then if you do that math, if you take away 2.5 or 2.8 trillion of the total supply, now reaching 1 cent only means that you have to get to a $46 billion market cap, which is still high currently as the market stands. But a $46 billion market cap in the bull market, shit, that was top 10, maybe top 15. If we get to 46 billion now, you're like looking at top 5. But if you're looking at burning, by the time the bull market comes and all of the exchanges get on board with a 1.2% burn, it's not out of the realm of possibility to have Luna Classic burn, a third of the supply. If they burn a third of the supply, 1 cent is absolutely on the table. Hell, 5 cents is on the table. But still at $1, you have to get that market cap down, because you got to think, for the guys that don't know, the market cap at $1, well, the price at $1 is going to be the total of the total supply. Meaning, if the price is $1, you multiply that times the total supply, and you're going to get that number. So that means whatever the market cap, whatever the total supply is, the market cap will be that if we reach $1. So just to put that in perspective, just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
So
great stuff. Yeah. I just want to kind of put that in perspective for everyone, because I think it's important that people have realistic expectations. There are still potential gains here to be had, huge gains, right? I mean, like life-changing gains, depending on how much you hold. And I mean, hell, if you got in on May 13th, which was the low after the collapse happened, and basically rode it up to where it is right now, give or take, maybe a little bit higher, I think closer to that 3.3, 3.4 range, 24,000% gains.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, incredible.
Right?
There's not another, like you said, it's the best play. It's the best swing trade in the market right now. And I'm not saying that to say it's only a swing trade, because I know some people are long-term investors into Luna Classic and want to see it, continuously move up. What I'm saying is, what swing trade right now during this bear market could gain you 24,000%? There isn't one in 3 months,
And you could be a long-term investor in this, guys, and still take profits.
Right?
Profits. Yeah.
You would be crazy to put $10,000 in the Luna Classic at 6 zeros and it goes up 24,000%, and you're a multimillionaire and you're sitting there thinking, I want more, and not take a penny off the table. That's how people got wrecked in other projects that I won't mention on here. But people saw that money and they wanted more. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
I mean when I say the emotion takes over. You have to get the way that you avoid the emotion taking over your trade is you have a plan before you enter and you stick to that plan. You
No
know,
doubt.
rain, sleet, hail, snow, you stick to that plan. So think about, because the reason why I say that is because when you're creating your plan, there's no emotion involved. Why? Because your money's not at stake.
Yeah,
Your
you've
money's
already
not into
figured it out.
play. You've
Yeah.
already figured it out. So if you're writing down your plan, you're writing it with no emotion. You're saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to enter at this point. At this point, I'm going to take profits. And at this point, I'm going to leave the rest in and I'll take profits again at this point. That way, you don't care. At that point, you don't care about, what everybody else is saying. You already have your plan. You can participate and pump your own bag, make a YouTube video, do whatever you want. But now you still have your plan on the side. Like for me, I have a trading plan for Luna Classic, but it hasn't hit my target range yet.
Mm-hmm.
If Luna
Mm-hmm.
Classic goes back to 1.9, I'm gonna invest $1,000. Like that's my trading plan.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes up to if it hits 1.9 and falls back and consolidates, I need to see consolidation, strong consolidation. I'm gonna put $1,000 into it.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes back to 2.4, I'll put 500 in. Why? Because my total number that I want to invest is $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So if it hits my level at 2.4, that'll be my nibble effect, right? I'll
Mm-hmm.
put 500 in at 2.4.
I
If it
like
comes
it.
back down at 1.9, I'll put another 500 in, and then I'm done, right? If it goes up 100%, 75%, which is obviously possible, I'll take my 500 out. If it goes up another 100%, I'll take another 500 out, and now I'm clean cut into Luna Classic, and I got my money back out of it. So
Yeah.
that's an example of a trading plan.
I love it, man. I love the breakdown, and I'll give you a little bit of what I'm thinking, because this is the thing, guys. Everybody's different. Everybody gets in it at a different point. They have different goals. And here's the other thing with Luna Classic: a lot of people lost money on Terra Luna. I'm one of those people. I lost $2,500.
Yeah.
My $2,500 was worth not even a pack of gum after the collapse. Right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Look,
okay.
that
I'm
is an
like,
incredible way to put it. Like
I mean,
you're like
seriously.
that is like deflation at its best right there. Like
It went from 2,500 to I might be able to get a gumball out of the machine. I mean, seriously.
and you know what? And it happened in a blink of an eye. It wasn't
Yeah.
like you had an opportunity, and that's what I mean about the risk assessment of the play, right? If I put $1,000 in or 500 in at this level, 500 in at that level, I know my risk, right? So
Yeah.
if I wake up tomorrow and it's down to $1, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But I'm not mad. But
Right.
if I wake up and it goes up 400%, I'm like, oh, let me get those profits off the table.
Well,
And then I'm still in the play.
the worst part about that was, I mean, Luna was a top 10 crypto, so I didn't feel that way. It wasn't like I was
Yeah, it
going
wasn't like
full
you needed to
degen.
watch it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I got a top 10 crypto. And it got down because I forget where it topped out at last year, but I mean, it retraced a lot. And I'm like, oh, finally, I have a good entry point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I missed that whole thing in 2021 on the way up. So I get in, and obviously it went way down. So my new plan now is to recapture what I lost and make a little bit of money. So I've already taken a little bit of the profits off the table slowly, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
keeping tabs. Basically, when I get back to that even number where I had that 2,500, then I'm like,
I was about
okay,
to say,
I'm
Zach
cool.
coming to get his money. That's the problem. Zach's like, oh, you gonna pump? I'm coming to get my money there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to, I don't like losing. I mean, we all lose trades, but I don't like losing. So, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get that back. So,
Yeah, and you have to, the other thing about, in addition to trading plans, I like to say the technical analysis is a tool, but so is fundamental analysis, right? In this particular play, macroeconomics don't really mean anything to you, clearly. Like the bear market is here and Luna Classic could care less about the overall macroeconomics, but fundamental analysis still have to take effect, because your fundamental analysis, this is going to sound crazy, but you're going to get it from Twitter, right? That's where you're going to find out what's happening with your play. You can look at the trending stats on, hashtag LUNC. You can look at the trending stats on, money sign LUNC. You can look up trending on Google Luna Classic. That's going to tell you, how much this play is still trending, or if it's gaining speed or losing speed. And those are the things you want to take into consideration when you're in such a volatile place, such as Luna Classic.
mm-hmm.
That's when, when you go from 100, that 100 level on Google Trends, right? and then next thing you know, it's down to like 20 or 30. Okay, you might want to consider, moving out of your position, because now you can see the hype is kind of dying down. I don't see the hype dying down anytime soon, but it may just be getting started. Who knows?
A good point, man. Yeah, this is a great tool, guys. I use this a lot when
And look
Shiba
at it.
Inu was going crazy, right?
Mhm.
And this was before the real big price pump, but you get an idea, because what do people do before they buy something?
They
They
Google
search
it.
it, they Google it. Yeah, they learn about it, right? And Hobbs is 100% right. You can really get a good idea of the sentiment around something to see if it's trending up or down in terms of interest.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. And the
Yeah.
really cool thing about this, you guys can look at it from the U.S. perspective, but what I like to do is go worldwide here instead of past 12 months. Bring it in past 30 days. That's really, look at that.
Yeah, and look at that.
There you go.
That'll tell you, right? Like that's the clear. This is, and for all of my future YouTubers in the chat, right? This is a good way of how to find good content, right? If you got a topic and you want to talk about it, you can type it in. You got to type it in a bunch of different ways to try to tickle the algorithm and see. But you can look at this. Breakout, Luna staking, where to buy Luna Classic, crypto, you know what I mean? Like, it's telling you right through Google, and this is worldwide exactly what people are researching. That'll give you an idea. Yep, that'll give you an idea of I typed that in this morning. Why is Luna Classic going up? You know what I mean? Like, I was a part of that search. So, those are the things that you want to look at in, for stocks and, top 10 cryptos. Look at the macroeconomics of the economy. You can go to CNBC, you can come to the crypto shop, you can watch Zach Humphries, you can go wherever to get that information. But when it comes to things like this, Google Trend and Twitter is going to be your best friend.
Hobbs, what do you think about the stable coin, the new stable coin, USTC? Israeli Nation said, we're talking about LUNC. Why isn't anyone talking about USTC? It's up too, and it's been moving up with Terra Luna as well. But obviously, the whole idea of the stable coin is why this thing worked.
He took the words right out of my mouth. Like,
I don't know if I like it, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
I understand what they're doing, but again, when the fundamentals didn't work the first time, why repeat the cycle? So, hey, look, again, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if Luna Cax is going to move, and I don't know if UST is going to go crazy too, but I just get really, really scared vibes when I hear the word stablecoin and Luna Classic in the same sentence. You know what I mean? Like, or stablecoin and Luna in the same sentence. It scares me a little bit. So
algorithmic stablecoin. Didn't we have like a test run on that?
Haven't we been here already? Didn't Zach magically turn 2,500 into 25 cents overnight with the algorithmic stablecoin? Yeah,
it's crazy, man. And then like Justin Sun from Tron, like a week after this whole collapse, he goes, "Yeah, we're coming out with a new algorithmic stablecoin." It was like, why?
It's like, wait, what?
So I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think more people are concerned with Luna Classic, Israeli Nation. So I think that's why more people are talking about it. Obviously, I mean, USTC though. I mean, you could have made some nice gains here as well. I mean, there's gains to be had here too. It's running.
Yeah, I mean, right now in the beginning, everything Luna Classic related is probably going to make you money. Hell, the Lunatics token is probably up right now. I don't know. But
here's the new Luna 2.0. Even that's seeing some,
and that's pumping like anything, because I mean, some people are pumping it, some people don't know what they're buying, right? You know what I mean? Like there's so many different versions of Terra Luna out there that, I mean, you could slap a name. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a honeypot and a rug pull coming out really, really soon that has to do with Terra Luna. But the thing is, if you're going to play, in my opinion, is Terra Luna Classic.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's the play. That's where the majority of the value. I mean, look at the volume is up 100% now, just in the 20 minutes we've been talking, so it's been absolutely incredible to watch, man. Like you said, it's the play to be had right now. I just would caution anybody, that haven't, that didn't get in, back in those, 6-0 levels, or even just recently. I mean, just recently it was let's see.
3016 is when I started, because that was our previous wall back in June. So if we go, here you go, we go into the 3 month, basically, where the heck was it? was it? Right in here was basically our high point for a while there. I guess we got to go back further. May's further on than 3 months. Then it's hard to kind of zoom in here, and it doesn't show it on our other chart on
trade.
trade.
And TradingView doesn't show it at all. It only shows it. I have it linked to its TradingView Binance, so it's not going to show the history for back in May. But I mean, but I was just talking about even getting in at that 409 range. If you go back and look at the day chart, it consolidated at 409 from July all the way to about August 25th. So like from July 13th all the way to August 25th, if you had confidence in Terra Luna, which I did not, I'm not gonna lie, right? 409 was the play. I mean, from that point, I know I saw 2-Bit in here. Shout out to 2-Bit Crypto. That dude's been killing it.
What's up, bro?
The Luna Classic algorithm. He's been covering this thing since it dumped. So I know he's sitting pretty right now, because I mean, just from this 409 range, it's up 261%, Zach.
That's what it's the best trade out right now.
Yeah, like 261%. And that's just if you got in late, right? Like, so yeah, I know, like I tune in to 2-Bit as much as I can. You know, he streams about the same time I do. So but he streams 7 days a week. So when I jump on, I try to jump on with him on like Saturday or Sunday, or maybe like a Friday night or something like that, just to, you know, tap in. He plays like this cool game called Marbles.
Bro, that thing's sick.
This dude has been covering Luna Classic for the last 4 months. So if you guys aren't following 2-Bit, he's probably like the #1 content creator for Terra Luna Classic. I mean, his videos get, you know, 8, 10, 15K views, you know, because he's been covering it since the beginning and he hasn't let it go. So shout out to 2-Bit for, you know, just keeping the movement going. Like like I said, he's probably like the #1 content creator. So
100%, man.
Glad to see your channel grow, bro. Like I thought I was like gonna catch 2-Bit, because when I came on, I was like, you know, rocking real fast, getting up to 1,500, 1,600 subs, and 2-Bit was at like 35 or 4,000 when I came in. Dude, that Luna Classic thing happened. 2-Bit was like, "See you later, Hobbs. I gotta go." He ran to like 8,000 subs. I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's funny how it happens, man. Like, you know, and you'll see it too. It'll be something. It'll be something else. Something else will pop off for you, and then boom, and you know, you become kind of like that creator for that community in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it, bro. Like whatever it may be, you know, like I'm patiently waiting my opportunity to, you know, show the YouTube world, you know, what I have to offer, and what you know, my buddy Justin Seals has to offer, because I really think that when this market turns around, our channel is going to be one of those channels. You know, obviously your channel. I mean, we ain't talking about you. We're talking about the little guys. But you know, my channel, 2-Bit's channel, like Jay Seals channel, like a couple of other channels out there. Like we're talking. We're not giving you the hype, right? We're going to give you the hype thumbnails to get you in, obviously. But when you get to our channels, you know, I love going to 2-Bit's channel because he don't bullshit you. You know, he's just going to give the facts. Same with Jay Seals. Like he started his channel, you know, about a week ago, and you know, everybody knows him from the crypto shop, but this dude is brilliant, man. Like when he sinks his teeth, you probably won't find it unless you go to
okay.
I'll send you the link to his channel, but like
find it here.
He's just really brilliant. When he sinks his teeth into something, man, like he won't stop until he finds the exact right answer, you know, and then he'll put that content out, which is what I like about Seals. So yeah, shout out to him, man. That's my partner in crime over here.
I know Jay's got a goal too to get to 200 subs by October, so let's help him out. I'm gonna drop his channel down here, guys. And this is what it's all about, man. Yeah, man. This is what it's all about. It's about you know, people helping people, and especially in our space. I mean, so many people helped me when I first was getting started, and it's all about returning the favor. And Hobbs is right, man. Jay Seals always has a great perspective, always has a reason for why he's saying what he's saying, and he always backs it up by strong opinions, and oftentimes, even if it calls for it, facts as well. I mean, he very, very well thought out, man. I really love listening to him talk about all markets.
Really good content creator. He's been working with me to try to he's starting to improve like his video content. So I'm trying to work with Wondershare I'm trying to get off of StreamYard, man, just because it has like, when I record, it has like volume spikes and stuff like that. So he's been working with OBS, and yeah, he's figured it out. He's got the, you know how like you do the video and you're just in the video and the green screen is gone and it's just you.
Yeah.
He's figured that out already. So he's like, yo, I'll show you how to do it. In his last few videos, he's got like, just him in the screen. So the dude's smart as hell, man. So yeah, definitely go give him a sub if you haven't already. Really good dude, man. Really good dude.
No doubt.
Very knowledgeable.
Man, Coop, I'll tell you what, I've heard a lot about Tax Haven Inu. I mean, they're
man,
they're
all
everywhere.
over. Hulk Inu and Tax Haven Inu are all over my Twitter.
I wish I could say something about it. I haven't even looked into it.
No, I haven't looked into it either. Maybe one of these days.
The $5 donation, Coop. Appreciate that, man. Much love. 2-Bit says, right back at you, bro. Right back at you. Happy to be in the same space, man. And I know we're all part of the BTFA family too, man. What's this thing? Bucket hat, right? Right, or is it? It's him and Vern that always go back and forth. What is it?
Yeah, it's a Bucket Hat Gang and Trapper Hat Gang. So
that's right. That's right.
We got a new NFT project launching end of the month or first of next month, somewhere around there. And we got a new artist, Fabrice Sapolsky. He was the co-author of the Spider-Man Noir comics. He actually kind of worked indirectly with Marvel. Like he created the idea of Spider-Man Noir, and going through all the artist channels, they ended up taking it from him. Not taking it, but they got his idea and they grew it into the Spider-Verse character in Spider-Man Noir. But yeah, he's a great artist, awesome guy. He's going to be the author of our NFT collection dropping next month. And yeah, stay tuned, man. It's going to be a lot of things to look for from BTFA. Had a good conversation with Sway just yesterday, just, showing me everything that we're, coming out with. And I'm certain you guys are going to be excited when you see what BTFA has to offer. So
definitely. Yeah. Banana Task Force Ape, guys, Banana TFA on Twitter. Make sure you lock in over here. Give them a follow over here. They've got well over 30K now on Twitter, and they're building in this bear market. It's been tough for every small cap project. And I know Hobbs would say this too. I mean, when you launch in the middle of a bear market, it's tough. I mean, it's hard, but they've had some ups and some downs this year, but they have a long-term vision. And, 2022 has been brutal for even the large caps, down 80-90%. So
yeah,
they're going to continue to build. Strategic partnerships have been formed all throughout the year. And I'm looking forward to it, man. And so is your son, bro.
As soon as you said BTFA, he went crazy. But yeah, no, the entire market's been getting wrecked. Like, DeFi has absolutely been getting destroyed. I mean, you look at some of the top tier projects that reach $300-400 million market caps, they're down to $26 million market cap. So BTFA hasn't been immune to that, but at the same time, we put our head down in the dirt and we keep pushing, keep building, because when this market turns around, the projects that continue to build, I keep saying it, that the projects that continue to build, they're not going to have to say much, because ERC20 is a wonderful thing. When Ethereum pumps, your liquidity gets a pump no matter what you do. So right off back, if Ethereum comes back roaring to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, guess what? Liquidity gets a pump no matter what. And then now people want to buy, which is crazy to me. But people like to buy when the market's green. I like to buy when the market's red. So if you're looking for a small cap project, Banana Task Force Ape is where it's at, man. They got everything that you could possibly want. They got the NFTs, they got the staking, they got the Ape wallet, they got the great artists for the NFTs. The NFTs have utility. The collection that's out right now, 100% of the royalties when you purchase on OpenSea, 100% of those royalties go into a wallet that has about 3 or 4 ETH in it right now. But that wallet, once it reaches like a certain amount, they vote on it and then they distribute it back out to the holders. Mm-hmm. So nobody's doing that type of stuff, So again, a great project to be a part of. I think that people will really, really like what we got coming. And we've been building for the last, couple months and almost there to ready to unveil what we've been working on. So very, very excited.
No doubt, man. I have 10 of the NFTs. I've got a couple big bags of Banana Task Force Ape as well. So, and a big thing coming up for them later this month, a migration to one contract, to one token.
Yep.
And that'll be done through Everrise, another fantastic project. Glad to see you guys working with them. So yeah, check this one out. I mean, this is a small cap that could provide a lot of opportunities. Again, to Hobbs's point, getting in now is the best time to get in because, like many charts, they've come down. But you know what? When things get back rocking and rolling, man, I mean, I think BTFA will be one of the big be one of the big runners, if you will, on the way back up because of what they're doing now. I mean, they're building. They're not just going dormant. A lot of these small caps, they just disappear.
Yep, they disappear and then they disappear and then they randomly show back up when the market's green. Like when we got that little slither of green when Ethereum ran back to 2000. All of a sudden, my Twitter messages, my inbox are filling up with people wanting me to promote their token. You know, I'm getting Telegram messages about people wanting to promote the token. And I'm just like, that's so funny. Now that the market's showing a slither of green, you guys are back.
Spend money. Now we want to do things. It's like, no, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, you have to. Daniel's in the building. Said his house thought that I'm drinking whiskey at work. He knows why. Yeah, every time I talk LUNC Classic, he grabs the whiskey.
Man. I mean,
Daniel is like, if you guys don't know, Daniel is not against anybody making money. But honestly, Daniel, you want to hear something funny? The reason why I started talking more about LUNC Classic this weekend is because your story about Dogecoin actually inspired me to do so. I actually shouted you out in one of my videos because Daniel, if you guys don't know, was buying Dogecoin back in like 2016, I think 2015, 2016. Wow. He said he was buying it only because he needed it to play like slots at the casino or something like that. He actually ended up selling it at like 24 or 25,000. And it actually went up to like 1.8 million or 2 million. Daniel, I know I'm jacking up the numbers, but it was like an insane amount of money.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He said,
2013 through 2016. When you talk seriously about LUNC Classic. Yeah. It's when I talk seriously about LUNC Classic. Yes. But the thing is his story inspired me to make my video because I got to thinking. I said, you know, let me go back and I went down a deep rabbit hole looking at the coin market cap stats on Dogecoin at certain times. The reality of the situation is Dogecoin grew because of community alone. Now, LUNC Classic has community, they have staking, and they have burning coming, right? Now, I'm not saying that they can be the next Dogecoin. I'm saying it gives me those type of Dogecoin vibes. But when I look at it in the Dogecoin bubble, it has more than what Dogecoin had. I mean, it's up 24,000% in 3 months. You can't ignore that, right? You just can't. So
I agree, bro. He said he sold for 35K. What
would have been worth 2.94 million. Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was somewhere crazy, some crazy numbers. So yeah. So for me, do I have a position? Not yet. And will I have a position? Sure, if it comes back to my number. But the other thing about being a mature investor is you have to become okay with watching other people make money, right? Because learn from it, right? Yeah. If I don't get into LUNC Classic because it didn't hit my marks, I'm okay with that. If Zach turns around and becomes a millionaire off of LUNC Classic, I'm gonna ask him for about $100, but I'm okay with that, right? Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm not gonna FOMO into something just because the consensus is I should buy it. No, I control my trading. I control my investments. And if things don't hit my targets, I don't invest.
Right. And you can't just listen to somebody and say, okay, well, because that person got in, I have to get in. It's a different price point. There might be a different sentiment around the crypto. I mean, things change so quick. I mean, you know, you got in a week ago and then you wait a week. And just because somebody got in a week ago, you're going to get in. That does not work.
No, that does not work. That is a horrible investing strategy.
That is a recipe for disaster. Milton's got a comment here. The burn tax parameter will be added to the LUNC protocol on September 12th. Yep, we've been talking about this as well. And go live on chain within days to weeks of that. The exchanges then should follow suit when the tax goes live.
Yep.
So, man, so many things happen in September. Just add another one, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why I say this pump is great. But you want to see this pump when all of that is implemented, because that's when it starts to truly make a difference, right? And when I say truly make a difference, it's going to take some time, right? But at the same time, you want this pump, but you really want this pump at the end of September, right? That's where you want this thing to go crazy. So
speaking of going crazy, she's kind of doing that right now. Starting to move back up here.
I see her. I got it on the minute chart over here on my chart too. I'm talking to you, but I'm over here like this. I see you, Luna.
Yeah, it got up to what's the high today? 341, give or take 342. So we're getting close to that, up 33%. I mean, but yeah, check this out. In the last 3 months, this says 306%. Yeah, that would be right because it had the big gains in May. That would be like 4 months away. Yeah, absolutely insane, man.
Yeah, it's just doing a little Superman thing here in a second. And then the CXMPO, you pull that comment up?
Yeah. Let me see here. Where we at? Recently? Sorry, I'm a little behind here on chat.
Yeah, it's above. It's all the way down at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up from the bottom.
Gotcha.
There you go. Yeah, so I talked about this earlier, and I said here, I'll share my screen again. Can you share my screen? There you go. Yep. Yeah, so we talked about this in the beginning of the show, CXMPO, and you said you bought it what do you say? 0.3036?
36, yeah.
Yeah, so if you bought that high, again, and this is not financial advice, I'm saying,
how did he buy it that high?
He bought at the top. That's called chasing green candles, right? Or he bought
in the top. I'm on an exchange.
He could have bought over here, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
or he might have bought it on exchange. But the thing is, if you bought that high and you have confidence in the play, for me, I haven't started a position, so I'll tell you what I would be doing. For me, I'm waiting for the 2.7 retracement for potential nibble.
Okay, he actually just said, "Here's what he did."
Okay, 302. Okay,
yeah,
that's a great position. And that's what I was just about to say. I bought it. I would have bought at 3027, 3024, and 3019. Those would have been my entry positions, right? He sold at 3036. Okay, thanks, Daniel. But yeah, so buying at 3036, selling at 3036 after buying at 2, that's a nice gain. You can take those gains and wait for another pullback. But I would not buy on green candles. That's just not green candles. I don't buy at resistance. I buy at support. I enter at support levels. I don't enter at resistance. And right now, we're blown past any other resistance level. The only thing we got to pull off of now is this, basically nothing. We're in no man's land right now. So I'm definitely not buying in this area, right? Yeah. Based off the chart alone. So that is what I would be doing. But again, do whatever you would like to do.
100%. And to your point, Hobbs, earlier, the point we were making is eventually they're going to take profits. Many of the whales right now, they're looking at this as the swing trade. It's the opportunity to make money in a bear market, and there's no other real competitor right now. So be prepared. There's going to be a pullback. And, to Hobbs's point, we probably – I guess first stop at probably like that 2.4 level. That's kind of where we consolidated for the last few days. Is that kind of right? Yep.
That's a good level, right? But it depends on how much this pumps, right? Like if this pumps continue, because people are just waking up right now. They're watching. We got 600 people in here watching right now.
We got a little over 7. We have 728. We had as high as like 800 some. Guys, real quick, as Hobbs saying that, make sure you smash the like button. So many people forget to do it. It really does help.
It definitely does.
Click.
It helps your investment, right?
Exactly. More people are going to hear about this and maybe even find their entry point. So let's try to get this thing to 500 likes. I think we're well below that still. 500 likes. And
I gotta go hit the like button too. I actually hit it right when I saw you on. So, but yeah, the thing is like this level here, we don't know how much this thing is going to pump. When this pump is over, it's clearly not slowing down. Like the volume is increasing, time after time, right? So when everything kind of slows down, whales are gonna set the standard, right? They're gonna tell you when they're dumping. You're gonna see when they dump, because when they dump, that green candle on the hour chart or on the 15-minute chart is going to be a big dump candle. And then it's going to be followed by more retail selling, because people are going to start trying to exit their position. And that's why we say on the 4-hour, a great position is going to be 0.4024 or 3024. Will it pull back there? I don't know. It's currently doing its own thing right now. Right now, we're looking to set support and resistance lines I'm not going to set any until probably the end of the day, just so I can see what kind of price action it had. But yeah, you'll definitely feel the pullback when it happens, because Wells probably got in down here somewhere, or down at the 1.6 level, or Zach with his whale ass, he probably got down. He got down here 1.9, 3.019, so he's going to be dumping on y'all pretty soon. So
I don't even have that much to dump.
I was just playing.
I bought about 2,000.
I was just playing.
So yeah, man. I mean, I'm just trying to recoup what I lost, man, the first time.
Hey, I don't blame you, man. You almost there. You need another. You need a pump to the fives.
Yeah, about. And I've taken a little profits off the table, so I mean, just we'll see. I mean, but I think it eventually will get there. I mean, this community keeps getting stronger, man. They're not going away. I mean, to your earlier point about the interest level, and there's more and more people I'm seeing in the comment section. And Hobbs, we have a front row seat. We get a good idea of that sentiment, right? Which is cool.
Because we're looking for it, right?
Yeah, we're here every day. We're in it every day. We're on Twitter every day, where you said, a lot of people go to get news and information and sentiment. And more people are coming up and saying, hey, should I get in? Is this thing done yet? Yeah. Right? Those are questions that I start hearing that I say, okay, there's still some build up here. There's still some momentum, right? Yeah. If people are still asking those questions. So
the thing that I always say, if you gotta ask, should I get in today? You probably shouldn't get in today. You know what I mean? Like because if you're asking, if you're asking, it's probably because it's pumping. So if you're asking that question, you should ask yourself, why should I get in today? Right? What would be the point of getting in today? I don't see it. Could it pump to 4, 5? Yeah, I could be 100%, 1000% wrong. But here's where I know I'm going to be right. I know without a shadow of a doubt, this thing will pull back. It's inevitable. And if it doesn't, it's because it's a honeypot. Because no matter what you believe in, no matter what confidence level you have, you can't run from the word market. A market is where buyers and sellers come to agree on the price. If this thing wasn't going to pull back, it wouldn't be in a market, because buyers will buy and sellers will sell. That's how you create a market. That's how I know without a shadow of a doubt it will pull back. If it continues to pump, I don't care how high it pumps. At some point, somebody's going to take a massive profit and it's going to pull back. So
I agree.
I'm sitting here waiting for the pullback. Like, come here. I mean, it's still a cheap price. It's 3.027.
For sure. And I think you have to understand, like, everybody's different, guys. And like Hobbs said, Hobbs, you put 1,000 in, right?
No, I said when I'm going. I have 1,000 aside to put in to LUNC Classic. If it hits my numbers,
you're going into it saying this $1,000 is good as gone.
Yep.
Really,
my $1,000 could be worth a pack of gum, just like Zach's 25.
And you're okay with that, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And that's how you have to think about this. I really believe that. 1 cent would be great, G Grizz. I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about that. That's somewhat feasible, but it's still a ways off. I mean, we're gonna have to have massive burns, and I think those are projected to come. Jefferson, should I sell? We don't know where you're at, man. Where's your position? Where did you get in? Let us know that, and maybe we can add a little bit of that non-financial advice, just some thoughts, opinions. Let's see. Milton's been adding some great comments here. A lot of whales that have insider information, in his opinion, will dump just before the 1.2% goes live. They don't want to pay the tax if they've been holding, but after that, it's going to pump like crazy. Interesting perspectives, man.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
And this is why I'm a big proponent, especially with projects like this that are very community driven. Take profits along the way, because then you're not trying to pinpoint when exactly, if the whales are going to do this, when they're going to do it, and when you have to. But if you already won the trade before this stuff even happens, I like to get to the point, Hobbs, where I take my initial out, and even if it's like 15 to 20%, usually that's my first goal, because then I can say, hey, no matter what happens here, I won the trade.
No, I 100% agree with you, and like I said, like, that doesn't happen if you don't think about it first, because if you think about it after you're in the trade, you're just constantly watching your P&L. And then you don't know when you're getting out. You're just happy that it's going up. Oh, what's going on, Oscar? But like you're just happy that it's going up. But if you have a trading plan, like you said, hey, I take my initial investment out, I add another 20% to that. Now I'm on house money. That's how you beat the system, right? And to Milton's point, I 100% agree with him. I feel like this is an opportunity for whales to buy the rumor and sell the news, and then the pump truly starts, right?
Mhm.
Right? Like I really think that them pumping this up before the 1.2% burn is a great idea because everybody's hearing about it right now. And then they dump, and then that's when I can get in, right? Because it's not going to stop at that point. It's just going to be a temporary setback. So
No doubt, bro. Timsky's giving you and Jay Seals and Daniel shout outs for the TA. Said doubled up at 237, watching the Moonbag skyrocket. What's up, Timsky? Always in the house, man. Appreciate you. I know these guys do too, man.
yeah. Two-Bit says he says the burn tax won't be live on the 12th, just the code. Community vote still has to happen. Thanks, Two-Bit.
Appreciate you,
this dude's on top of this thing, man.
He's locked in. I mean, you're right. I remember when he was first covering it right after the crash, right after the collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, bro. I know Oscar covers it too, man. What's happening, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's going on?
Skills 305. My entry points. I do have $1,000 set aside for Luna Classic, and when I invested, I'm going to post a YouTube video so you guys know. But just for those that are asking, I have $1,000 set aside. I plan on putting 500 in at 3024 and another 500 in at 3019, depending on how it comes down. If it comes down and it's crashing past 3024, I'm not going to put I'm going to wait for consolidation, confirmation to get in, and then I'll get in. That's my plan. If it doesn't come back to those levels, I won't get in, and I'll still be making videos and rooting for you guys 100%.
Isaac's got a $5 donation. Hi, guys. Realistically, where do you see the volume going with Luna Classic after the 1.2% tax becomes official? That's a great question. I mean, look at the volume.
Look,
I mean, let me find it.
If the volume is what it was
a billion. It's $1 billion. It's over $1 billion.
Yeah, if the volume is if the volume is over $1 billion in the last 24 hours and the burn hasn't started, but the community is growing. We're over a $2 billion market cap now, right? So the community is growing, the trending is growing. Like people were talking about this thing all the time. Guess what? Once the burn is implemented, especially if they dump, because a dump, it's 1.2% of all transactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a dump actually helps the burn, right? So, if it dumps, guess what? People like myself that are sitting here waiting to enter, now we're just going to buy it back up. So,
good point.
The volume will increase because, and you guys have to remember that volume is not buying. Volume is buying and selling. It's just volume. Like it's just the amount of times it's being traded, right? So a dump is good for volume. Buy-ups or run-ups are good for volume. So once that burn is actually implemented, I expect the Luna Classic Nation 2-Bits channel is going to go to freaking 100,000 subscribers. So
no doubt.
I'm just trying to get a little piece,
Me too, man. That's why I had to start covering it. The community wanted it, and I covered it briefly. I went away from it, but I sensed something was happening. I started covering it again when it was at the 1.6, and then the next day it was like at the 3. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yep. It's been absolutely going insane, man.
I see a lot of folks talking about Gala Games. I see all you. I see all you in the chat. We covered that a lot in the channel on the channel too. Love Gala. Listen, I know Hobbs feels like this too, but I feel like I still have to say this all the time. I'm not a one crypto guy. I'm not a one trick pony. I'm not. Let me just go all in on this one thing. There's too much out there to like. There's too many opportunities out there. Why do that? Why pigeonhole yourself into one thing? I mean,
and listen. I'm a BTFA team member, and I talk to Sway every single day. Sway's not just invested in Sway don't even have a BTFA token, right? He just doesn't. He doesn't have a coin, but he's invested into multiple projects. Every developer that's out there is invested into multiple projects because the one thing we all have in common, guys, is we believe in crypto.
Yes.
So regardless of what projects we're in, we believe in crypto. So like I'm still new to like learning more and more about the top 10, top 100. Zach's been doing this thing for a long time. So I watch a lot of his content to kind of figure out where I want to go with my content. So you would not, to me, you would be doing yourself a disservice to only be investing in what's hot. You got to think long term. And if you're thinking long term, crypto is clearly the future. So
I agree 100%, bro. I mean, and within crypto, there are so many different sectors, like so many different whether it's XRP for payment,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's smart contracts like Ethereum and Cardano, whether it's GameFi like Gala Games, or even on a smaller scale, WagMe, whether it's NFTs in metaverse like a BTFA. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go. I mean, whether it's Bitcoin, which is, I guess most people look at it as a store of value. There's different ways to invest, and why not have a piece of that pie? Have a little bit of smart contract, have a little bit of Bitcoin. I mean, diversify out, man. I mean, it's what do you do with stocks, right?
Yep.
You're a stock guy. What do you do with stocks?
Yeah, you diversify. I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, you don't, and I really, really wish that everybody could take like a crash course, right, on investing in general. Because if they did, the quote unquote drama in the space wouldn't exist, because everybody would understand that, hey, I'm an investor. I'm not a maxi, right? I don't have to just push one particular thing. I can say, hey, I love X token. I also love this token. Oh, this one's coming out with a pre-sale. I'm going to get on that as well. And only thing that you need to know is, hey, as long as these tokens don't rug pull you or do something like that, you're in good things, right? Everything that's out there isn't good, but there are a lot of things in crypto that are amazing. And for those that do DeFi or blue chips, for me, I'll give you my plan, and I'm sure Zach's plan is very, very similar because we talk all the time. 100% of my portfolio is not in DeFi. I'd say about 80% of my portfolio, maybe 85%, is in blue chips. Only about 15% to 20% of my portfolio is in DeFi. Why? Because DeFi, no matter what project it is just a riskier asset class. It doesn't mean that I hate DeFi, because there's a ton of money to be made in DeFi. But if I'm looking at the top 20, top 100 blue chips, that's where I want the safer bet. Now, safer, right, quote unquote, could have been Terra Luna, but look what happened to Terra Luna. It's crypto, right? Even in crypto, like, it doesn't matter. In crypto, there's going to be risk, but I try to stay risk averse by putting, 85% of my portfolio in blue chips, and then, 15%, give or take, in DeFi. So just be diversified.
And Hobbs, to your point, I heard the horror stories of, I mean, even when you're going all in on one, and this is why I wouldn't even go all in on Bitcoin. There's a lot of Bitcoin maxis, but how many people went all in on Terra Luna and lost it all?
How many people went all in on Bitcoin at 75,000 or 70,000? And now they're looking at their portfolio like, I got these 4 Bitcoin that when I bought them, somebody bought 4 Bitcoin at that level. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
That's 280K, and that's down to 80,000. You lost 200 grand on Bitcoin. Not lost, but paper loss. So
yeah. I mean, this maxi mentality, though, I think it's terrible for bringing in new people into crypto, for more adoption into crypto, and it starts at the top. So it starts with Bitcoin. Listen, I brought in, and I respect the hell out of this guy. Don't hear me wrong here, but this guy Dennis Porter, loved it. I brought him on the channel. He's an unbelievable speaker. He's been around way longer than I am, way smarter than me. All of those sort of things. Listen, I'm praising him before I tell you that he was a Bitcoin maxi, and we had a little tussle about it. It kind of turned me off about it. And it was a good conversation, though. But he's under the proponent that you have to be a maxi in order to get, Bitcoin where it needs to go. And I just totally disagree. And that's okay. That's the other thing. You can disagree with people. We find this in DeFi where it's like, it feels like politics a little bit, dude. And it's like, if we're going to be tribal about anything, you said it. Let's be tribal about crypto.
Yeah.
Let's just be tribal bullish about being part of the 5% that are currently in crypto. Let's do that. Right.
I'm bullish on crypto, just like I'm bullish on stocks. Like, stocks, people, this just reminds me of the AMC 8 movement, or, GME movement or whatever. I made a lot of money on AMC. I made a nice chunk of change on AMC, but I'm not an AMC maxi, right? I'm not a person that is not afraid to sell, because I hate to break it to you guys, like, that's how you get paid. I held a little over 1,300 AMC shares, somewhere around there. But I'm down to like 250. And I sold some of them, but I also played options on a lot of them. I made a nice chunk of change. And once I made my money, I'm holding for the movement. I'm holding about 250 shares at about an average price of like $24, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Because
down
you're
very,
good.
very significantly, but I'm good. I made my money.
Yeah.
Because I had a plan, and that's kind of, the overall consensus is what I'm trying to preach is you got to have that plan in place,
No doubt, man.
and be bullish on crypto.
No doubt, no doubt. Stonk says, don't ever go all in on anything. I'm a dev for a crypto project and I believe in it, or I wouldn't be working day and night for free. But no way in hell I'm going all in on anything. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
No, there's no sense to do it.
100%. Oh, this guy lost it all in the stable coin. I'm guessing USDT. There you go. Even a stable coin could yeah. I mean, especially the algorithmic ones. I told you a lot of whales institutions suffered from this. They are the ones in it. They are not looking for $1. If they had 50 on their investment, they want their money plus profit. That's actually a good point. There were a lot of big money people who lost on this. So, I mean, do you think they're in it, or do you think this is driven by retail money? What do you think?
Look, there's good whales, there's great whales, and then there's uninformed whales, right? Everybody that's a whale is not an institutional buyer, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you have to remember that, yeah, there are people that didn't know this was coming, because in the stock world, we say somebody always knows. And it's the same thing in crypto. Yeah. Somebody knew that this was going to crash before it crashed. And I guarantee if we go back and look at the charts, yeah, right. We go back and look at the charts. People were, because like you said, it was selling off and you were like, oh, that's a good entry. The reality of it was people were taking profits before the actual dump happened, right? That being said, those whales that were uninformed, they're still whales. They're whales because they're diversified, right? So they weren't all in on Luna Classic. They were all in on crypto, or not all in on crypto. They were diversified into crypto. And now they're looking at ways, like he's saying, to make their money back. Yes, they're going to look for ways to make their money back. But here's the thing. One thing you can't ignore is the fact that the biggest exchange in the world has decided to participate. That's a game changer, because you look at Dogecoin, you look at Shiba Inu, you look at Saitama, right? Those were the biggest stories of 2020, 2021, right? The one thing that neither one of them had from out the gates was a huge listing. Terra Luna is the only one, right, that has gotten the biggest exchange in the country to support them from Jump Street. That's a game changer.
True.
And then you add in Mexi, you add in all the rest of them will fall in line. You get the big whale, all the rest of them will fall in line. And that to me is what makes Terra Luna a very, very interesting play for me.
No doubt, no doubt. Paul says I like to buy good low cap coins. I don't just buy one. I have many that I invest in, and only investing what I can lose. If all goes to crap, no harm done. But if one hits, life is good. I think that's the point, Paul, that I like to say too. One big win outweighs 10 little losses.
Yep.
And that's how you have to look at small caps, in my opinion.
And that's how you win. Like that, you can't. You're not going to win investing into one thing, right?
No. You're not going to win every trade.
You're not. But if you see something nice, right, and you catch little runs like this, I mean, you look at Luna Classic. I was alive, right, 4 months ago, back in May when it dipped down to 6 zeros. And you know what my investor mind told me? My investor mind told me, ain't no way in hell I'm putting a penny in this.
I thought the same thing. But you could change your mind.
But you can change your mind, right? Because then you saw directly after that, the community rally and people were making tons of money. Remember back in May, you could put $400 into Luna Classic and make $5,000 in like 10 minutes, because it was just moving crazy like that. And I still wasn't convinced. However, those are the opportunities that whales and other different minded investors look at and say, hey, the community's still there. This thing is like 1/10 of the price. This is an opportunity to pump this thing. Let's get this money. Now that I've been in crypto a little longer and I've seen more and more things, when stuff like this happens, I'm gonna be all over it, man. Like you have to take a chance in crypto. And you put $100 back in May, you'd be up 24 grand. For what, 240,000? Yeah.
Crazy.
Come on. It's crazy. You can't do that anywhere. That doesn't happen in the stock world, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, Matthew, yeah, he says, I remember when you were totally against Luna Classic and you flipped. Good job. Finally. 100%. And listen, some people would look at that as like, oh, you're a flip flopper or whatever. I don't really care.
He said, I don't really care.
You have to be open minded to change your mind. Things change.
Yeah.
Things change. I mean, and especially in crypto, I mean, things change by the minute, by the hour, I mean, come on, man. I mean, 100%. Yeah.
If you're not pivoting as a content creator or as an investor or as a trader, then you're going to be stuck in only the rules that you have, right? Like, and I get it. I do have my rules, but Luna Classic broke my rules. That's why I didn't originally invest. But then as things grew and it kind of unfolded, it's like, okay, now we're looking at Terra Luna Classic as a separate entity. Hopefully they're not connected to Do Kwon at all, but as a separate entity where it's like, okay, now let me look at this as a particular trade or, swing trade or investment opportunity. And Luna Classic has a lot of things going for it right now. So we'll see if it lasts. And, like I said, we'll be here to cover it.
I agree, bro. I agree. Crypto Nick in the house. What's up, man? What's up, Nick?
What's going on, Nick? What's going on, brother?
Hanging out this morning. I think Nick's has started talking about Terra Classic a little bit too. I think he's one of our fellow brothers in Clear Cryptos, guys. By the way, we were talking about BTFA a little bit earlier. Another project that's not yet launched is Clear Cryptos. I know a lot of people here for Terra Classic. We're going to come back to it. Just a quick commercial break, real quick. All right, I promise. Don't go anywhere. Clear Cryptos, though, has yet to launch, guys, but it's gaining a lot of steam. And wow, I mean, changing DeFi in a multitude of ways. I know Hobbs and I have got some alpha. Wish we could share it with you.
Oh, man, do we?
But we are super excited about what they're building. And it's all about building an on-ramp, making it really easy for people to get into crypto so we can really make a dent in that 95% of people who are not in crypto. And with this project starting in Puerto Rico, they're starting in the countries in the part of the world that need it most, that need a hard reset, that their countries have such a low GDP that, crypto, like we saw in El Salvador, is a chance for revival, is a chance for a new beginning. And man, I wish I could just spill all the beans right now, bro. But
here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away, and I always say this on my channel, Clear Cryptos, in my opinion, and this is how I view it, it's not a token, it's not a coin, it's a corporation, right? It's a movement. When you get to truly pull back the curtain on everything that Clear Cryptos is bringing to the table, and then you see what's behind them or who's behind them, and then you see the plan, and then you start to see the utilities, you're going to say, holy shit, here we are. Because Zach's been in crypto 10 times as long as I have. Austin's been in crypto since Jesus was walking. And all of them are blown the fuck away by the things that we've seen from Clear Cryptos. And I'm not saying this because I want you to buy, hold, or sell, because I don't do that. All I'm saying is with Clear Cryptos, the opportunities are going to be massive for Clear Cryptos, and you're gonna at least want to take a look at it. And if I'm wrong, I will personally come out on my channel and say, yeah, this shit was fucked up.
Me too. I will own it, but I've seen enough now.
But I've seen enough, right? I've seen enough where I'm pretty confident that you guys are really gonna like what you see from Clear Crypto. So definitely get in the Discord. I think what's the name? Drop the Discord link.
Yeah, to get launch information, that's where you want to be. So it's right on their website here. Click this, jump in there.
Oh, dope. I didn't even know they updated that, dope.
Yeah, it's perfect. They added right here, right on the homepage. Guys, don't let us be the reason. Don't let any YouTuber be the reason why you get in. But let it be a starting point for your own research. Let it be a hint, might want to look at this. And I'm telling you, coming straight from the heart here, all right? 100%. Number one, I'm trying to be as real as I can here. Me and Hobbs have not been paid yet. I mean, we're just there, and we're just on the ground level. Okay, none of us have been paid. We're here because the vision is unlike we've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's incredible.
It's insane. There's been nothing that I've seen that I've been more excited about. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
And I'm a trader at heart, and
Yeah.
some of the things I've seen from a trading standpoint, you could look at the website and see that they're obviously coming out with some type of DEX or some type of swap or something like that. But when I tell you this thing is built different, and I'm talking about clear cryptos in general, they're built different. They just are.
Yep.
Right. They're ahead above anything that I've seen in crypto right now. And I can't wait to show you guys and share with you guys much more and put some clear cryptos content out there on my channel and on their channel as well. But I mean, and even that, like you look at the fact that the YouTube channel, I mean, we created an entire YouTube channel to give you crypto education for free, right?
I'll drop that in the chat too, guys, if you want to come over. Ton of different creators. Some of your favorite creators on YouTube are all contributing to this. So just to Hobbs's point, I mean, just a ton, daily content, tons of information.
Yeah, man. It's just constant content creators that come together for one goal, which is to educate. It's not to get monetized and, get a bunch of money. We're not being paid. It's just, hey, we're here to educate you guys. And it's been fun. It's been a great ride. Hey, we went to Daytona last week. We got a NASCAR wrapped. Our driver actually got hit by like the number 2 driver there, pulling into the pit, which was absolutely crazy. It was a great time, but we had a skybox just to give you an idea of when I say clear cryptos is not a token, it's not a coin, it's a corporation. Just to give you an idea of the atmosphere we were in. Our skybox, right, was in the center of, on our right was NBC. They had a skybox next door to us. And then on our left was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's race car team. And Michael Jordan was in attendance. I can confirm because I acted like a straight up fangirl when I saw him. Bro. And then next door to NBC was Robert Penske, who's a multi-billionaire. So that, if that doesn't tell you kind of what type of atmosphere that we're in when we're dealing with clear cryptos, like, I don't know what will. It's not the average.
There's Crypto Nick in the pit.
Yeah, Nick out there holding it down.
There's me and Hobbs actually hanging out.
Trying to figure out that live stream.
Yeah, man. It was awesome, man. Getting everybody together. And to Hobbs's point, man, it's building something super, super special and super different. And it starts at the top. And sooner rather than later, we'll be able to share a lot more too, guys. I mean, it is what it is, right? When you're this early on, you don't want to release all of that until, again, to Hobbs's point, a corporation releases it, and then we will break it down and give you all the details. And so yeah, that's what we've got for you on Clear. And just, if anything else, maybe just hop on the Twitter, hop in the Discord, and just take it all in and be around when this thing gets ready to launch, so you kind of know what's going on. All right, man, I think I'm going to wrap it up in a little bit, but what are some parting words for you, bro, with just for everybody with Terra Classic, just maybe some points you want to hit home.
I mean, for me, it's more of the same, right? It's, hey guys, be careful, have a trading plan, understand that at any given time, Terra Luna can go up, but at any given time, it can come back down. Continue to do your research in regards to what's trending, what's going on, what's happening, so you understand when things could potentially move. Look for those good entry points, add to your bag, but most importantly, take your motherfucking profits. All right. And don't forget to subscribe to me, T Hobbs, myself, and Justin Seals, Clear Cryptos, BTFA, and also come to the shop. We're not going to be open today. I'm shutting the shop down. It's a holiday, spend time with the family, but 5 days a week, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're live in the crypto shop discussing the entire market, from the macroeconomics of the stock market to the microeconomics of crypto. So that's what I got,
bro. And I dropped it again for you guys down in chat too. So make sure you guys go over and subscribe to my man here at the crypto shop. Great content, great daily content too. Every single day putting out some great stuff for you. Good news about Gala. Yeah, I've got a video. I know what's going on. I got a video coming out. I got
calm down. I got you.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. You can't make videos while you're live.
Yeah.
I know. Paul said, have a great day. Zach and Hobbs, you too, man. You too.
No doubt.
But yeah, I mean, to Hobbs's point, guys, take profits, have a plan, enjoy the gains though. More than anything, enjoy it, because it's a nice bright spot right now in the crypto market that we're experiencing with Luna. But I think right before we kind of shifted there, we're bouncing back. We sold off a little bit, but bouncing back. So expect more of this, I would say too, right, Hobbs? A lot of volatility. A lot of big swings here.
Pushing to get that next all-time or next intraday high, right? So right now the intraday high is around 34, 34. So it's pushing to get back to that intraday high and then bounce off that intraday high as support. So we'll see what happens. If things get too crazy, maybe I'll jump on and do a live, see if Zach's busy. And my kiddo is going crazy. So yeah, man, let me get ready to get up out of here, Zach. So
all right, bro.
Do your thing, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Hobbs, and thanks for stopping by, man.
All right, peace.
Yep. Guys, that's T Hobbs. Hobbs says Aces says, Hobbs, what's your take profit strategy again for LUNC? So Hobbs is yet to get in, but he's looking at an entry point of potentially around like that 2-4 level is where he would like to get back in when we get back into a consolidation period. Jason confirmed that Gala will be used as the gas token once their chain comes out. Should make Gala deflationary. Yeah, big stuff, man. I know. I'll be covering Gala a little bit. I know we've got some things cooking. Hello, good morning. Abdullah, what's happening, man? Kat says we hit 500 likes. I appreciate you, everybody out there. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, too. I'm here every single day for you, adding value every single day. The best way you can give back is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You don't have to send a super chat. I'm not asking for any money, just that you come here and rock with me every single day. I'm just trying to put you on the plays that I'm on and give you some perspectives that can help you make better decisions, right? I don't have it all figured out. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not the end-all, be-all God when it comes to crypto, but we have helped a lot of people make some major moves, and Justin's one of our people in our private community, and we've helped a lot of people make money too, because that's why we're here, right? And we're not going to win every day. We're not going to win every trade, but when we do win, we're going to win big. We're going to win big. So with that being said, make sure you stay locked in. Also, subscribe to me on or follow me over here on Twitter. All right. Follow me on Twitter if you want some updates as well. I'm posting daily updates as well. There's Z_Humphries. I'm there every single day as well, along with my YouTube channel here as well for you every single day. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Enjoy your long weekend. If you're in the United States, it's Labor Day today. I'm treating it as basically another work day, but I am going to basically shift over now and start making videos for the day. I went live to get this thing started because LUNC Classic was up and at it. And so now I got to go make some videos. I got to get back to work. There's no rest for the wicked, man. Money don't grow on trees, right? All right. We'll see you guys in the next video. And again, hit the subscribe button. If you want daily content, hit the like button right here. Appreciate you, everybody out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.